Imagine a city lost to time, the first capital of the world's first empire, Akkad. It was a hub of innovation and power, ruling a realm that stretched across the known world over 4,000 years ago. Yet today, its location is one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. We stand in the sun-scorched plains of Iraq, ancient Mesopotamia, where the wind whispers over mounds hiding forgotten cities. Somewhere beneath this earth lies Akkad. Its story is one of ambition, conquest, and collapse. Thousands of clay tablets speak of its glory, but we cannot walk its streets or touch its walls. Akkad exists as a ghost in the historical record, a reminder that even the mightiest empires can vanish. The search for Akkad is a search for the origins of empire itself. What forces built such a metropolis, and what cataclysm erased it so completely? The Akkadian Empire's saga features a charismatic leader, brilliant innovations, and a people who united a fractured land. But it's also a cautionary tale about the fragility of power. As we delve into this lost world, we'll uncover its secrets, follow its legendary king, and witness the birth of empire. The story of Akkad is a journey back to the dawn of empire, a ghost whispering lessons across the ages.
Before empire, Mesopotamia was a land of rival Sumerian city-states, Uruk, vying for control. Into this world emerged the Akkadians, Semitic-speaking northerners who absorbed Sumerian culture. They adopted cuneiform, worshipped the same gods and blended traditions, creating a unique cultural synthesis. Akkadian names appeared in Sumerian records. Scribes worked in Sumerian temples. This fusion set the stage for something new. The Akkadians weren't outsiders. They understood the system intimately. The key difference was political vision. Sumerians saw a world of independent city-states. Akkadians imagined a single, unified state ruled by one king. This was the radical idea of empire, a departure from everything before. The groundwork was laid, all that was needed was a leader with the vision to make it real. The Akkadians were poised to change the rules of the game. The stage was set for a new era. The concept of empire was about to be born.
The man who built this empire was Sargon, his origins shrouded in legend. He claimed to be the illegitimate son of a priestess set adrift in a reed basket, rescued and raised as a gardener. Rising from humble beginnings, Sargon became cupbearer to the king of Kish, then seized power with the help of the goddess Ishtar. But Sargon's ambition was greater. He sought to rule all Mesopotamia. With a professional army, he conquered the Sumerian city-states, defeating Lugal-Zaghazi of Uruk and unifying Sumer and Akkad. Sargon established a new capital, Akkad, whose location remains a mystery. He installed loyal governors, standardized weights and measures, and ruled from his central hub. Sargon transformed from gardener to the world's first emperor, a legend in his own lifetime. His model of leadership would inspire generations. Sargon's story is the blueprint for empire. He became Sargon the Great, the first emperor in recorded history. Make sure to follow and subscribe us for more.
Sargon's empire was a new kind of state, demanding a new kind of administration. Loyal Akkadian governors replaced the old city-state rulers, creating a centralized power structure. The Akkadians built the first imperial road network, enabling rapid movement of armies and information. A regular postal service connected the empire, allowing swift communication and control. Trade flourished under unified rule, reaching Anatolia, the Indus Valley, and Arabia. Wealth from trade funded the empire's military and administration. Akkadian art broke from Sumerian tradition, introducing naturalism and powerful propaganda like the victory stele. They standardized cuneiform, making administration more efficient. Innovation in infrastructure, economy, and culture powered the world's first empire. The Akkadian Machine was a model of integration and control. This was the engine of empire. The world had never seen anything like it.
The Akkadian Empire was bound by more than force. It was united by shared culture and religion. The Akkadians elevated their own gods, especially Ishtar, as protectors of the dynasty. Kings claimed divine mandate, legitimizing their rule. Sargon's daughter Enheduanna became high priestess in a political and cultural masterstroke. Enheduanna was the world's first known author, writing hymns that blended Akkadian and Sumerian traditions. Her works unified the empire's religious identity and were copied for centuries. The Akkadians also advanced astronomy, recording celestial movements to maintain a unified calendar. Their observations laid the groundwork for later Babylonian science. Intellectual curiosity, religious devotion, and political savvy defined the Akkadian world. Culture and science were as vital as conquest. The empire's heart beat with poetry, faith, and the stars. This was the soul of Akkad. Sargon's empire was powerful but fragile. His sons faced constant rebellions from Sumerian cities. Authority had to be reasserted by force. Instability was the norm. The empire reached its peak under Naram-Sin, Sargon's grandson, who crushed a massive revolt and declared himself a god. Naram-Sin's divine kingship was the height of imperial power, and some believed the beginning of its downfall. External threats mounted. Elamites, Amorites, and the fierce Gutians from the Zagros Mountains. The Gutians raided relentlessly, disrupting trade and weakening central control. But the deadliest threat was environmental. A sudden, severe drought struck around 2200 BC. Crop failures and famine destabilized the empire, leading to mass migrations and chaos. The Akkadian state began to fracture under the weight of rebellion, invasion, and climate disaster. The world's first empire was under siege from all sides. Collapse was imminent. The dynasty's grip was slipping.
The collapse of Akkad was rapid and catastrophic. Drought turned fertile plains to dust. Cities like Tel Leilan were abandoned. Starving populations fled south, overwhelming Sumerian cities. The Gutians swept in, sacking cities and shattering central authority. The last Akkadian kings fought desperately, but famine and chaos prevailed. Later texts blamed the fall on Naram-Sin's hubris, seeing the disaster as divine punishment. The empire's end was swift. Mesopotamia fractured into warring city-states. The Gutians ruled a dark age. Akkad itself vanished from history. The world's first empire collapsed into dust within generations. Its rise and fall became a lesson in the fragility of civilization. Akkad's story is a warning from the past.
Though short-lived, Akkad's legacy echoed for millennia. It introduced the idea of a multi-ethnic, centrally governed empire, a blueprint for future rulers. Babylonian and Assyrian kings invoked Sargon's name to legitimize their own empires. Akkadian became the lingua franca of the ancient Near East, shaping diplomacy, trade, and literature. The Epic of Gilgamesh and other classics were written in Akkadian. Sargon became the model king, Naram-Sin, the tragic hero. Their stories inspired and warned later generations. Administrative innovations, standing armies, roads, standardized accounting, became standard for later empires. Akkad wrote the manual for running a complex state. Its model of power, integration, and propaganda dominated the ancient world. The echo of Akkad shaped history long after its fall. The world's first empire left an indelible mark. 4,000 years later, Akkad's capital remains lost. Despite thousands of texts, its location is still a mystery, hidden by shifting rivers and time. Archaeologists search, hoping to find the lost command center of the ancient world. Discovering Akkad would revolutionize our understanding of early empire. The search is a quest for a physical link to humanity's first great experiment in statecraft. Akkad's story is one of unity, innovation, and ambition. It reminds us that the structures we take for granted, governments, trade, armies, had a beginning here. The lost city stands as a symbol. No empire is eternal. Its rise and fall, shaped by ambition and disaster, is a lesson for our own fragile world. The ghost of Akkad haunts the sands, a silent testament to the world's first empire. Its mystery continues to inspire us.
What do you think happened to the Akkadians? Drop your theory in the comments.
Also, don't forget to like and subscribe us if you believe ancient history still has secrets to tell.